UAP are airborne objects that, when encountered, cannot be immediately identified. With regard to the importance of transparency, the Department is fully committed to the principle of openness and accountability to the American people.
We're going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Oh my gosh, dude.
U.S. Navy personnel recorded what appears to be triangles, some flashing. The video was taken through night vision goggles with a single lens reflex camera.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty high-profile incident. I don't claim to be an expert. You're the guys investigating it. I mean, who else is doing it?
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to UFO We Want to Know. This is August 24th, 2024. And as I always do, this is dedicated to those who have been ridiculed, made fun of, and dragged through the media for the last 76 plus years. I want to begin by explaining something before I get on to the first two videos. I had a call from a young lady who's going to college, and she had never heard of the word that I use on my shows, electromagnetism. And I'd like to explain that to her. I told her I would do this for her on the air. Electromagnetism is a branch of physics that deals with electromagnetic force that occurs between electrically charged particles. The electromagnetic force is one of four fundamental forces that exhibits electromagnetic fields, such as magnetism, magnetic field, electro fields, and light. And I got to tell you, she's planning to be a scientist. So with that, she said that she was interested in the show because she claims that when she heard that I was saying that these ships go through our atmosphere and they're setting up a lot of electromagnetic charge, it was very interesting. She said, as I said, she wants to be a scientist. And she asked me a couple of questions, and I told her that I started looking at this phenomenon since 1984, collecting stories from mundane to the extreme. I am a ufologist. And she said, well, isn't that a scientist? And I basically just said a person who is studying or has expert knowledge of one or more natural or physical sciences, or a research scientist. That's the definition of the scientist that she plans to be. But she thought it was really interesting, and she said that when she's on her first year, and that she's looking forward to watching more of the shows. So let's go on with the first videos. I got two videos for you, and I've got 13 photos to show you in the first segment. And as you can see, we got another UFO. It's flying over the tip of my flagpole there. This UFO exhibited a lot of odd characters when it was going through the atmosphere. Now, we're showing you where you see the tip of the red arrow there. There was actually more of this, but the movements of this craft were kind of odd, and we weren't catching very sharp images of it. It was leaving a little bit of entrails, but we had to slow this one down in order for us just to show it on television. And but I thought it's interesting that I catch these UFOs all the time. Now I'm assuring you this is not a bird, unless this bird was flying 700-800 miles an hour. This was not a bird, and I zeroed in on it, and I'll show you what I got. I couldn't get a sharp image on it. I believe this craft was giving off a lot of plasma charge or electromagnetic charge, and the reason why is because a lot of times when I get a still, I'll take my magnifiers and I'll try and get the sharpest image possible, and that's when I stop the video, and I take stop motion photos of it. That's how I get the the most possible sharpest images. So after this loop here, we're going to go to the first photo. But isn't that interesting how I can catch these UFOs all the time? Every week I bring you new videos and photos. There's where I stopped it right there, and as you can see as we zoom in on it, that's what it looked like. You can see the electromagnetic charge around it at this point, and then you can still see it around it. If you look around the dark mass, you can see it's light. There's you can actually trace that if you had this on a piece of paper, but the image seemed to have a V shape to it from behind. If that is the back of it, who knows with these craft. This here is the blast of the pictures. Of that one here, I'm sorry. And then I'm going to go to show you the second round. I wasn't satisfied with these images, so I went to another filtering system, and this is what I got from there. This is the same object, no different, same object. But when you actually change the filtering systems, a lot of times what happens, you get a different look at the same object. And this is about the best I could do with that. Again, I use software imaging that I have on my phone, on my laptop, and sometimes I do it on my tablet, but for the most part, this is about the best I could actually get on that. And but it was a solid craft. You saw it for yourself. Let's go on to the next video. And there he is, another one, ladies and gentlemen. This is a different time frame. On these photos I'm going to be showing you today, I'm going to show you videos that start from August 4th to August 13th, and as I say in all my videos, I'm going backwards. So the earliest one would be August 13th. I'm going to go all the way back to August 4th, so you'll be able to see these UFOs going backwards. I do that for a reason, is because whenever I capture them at the early stage, that's when I put them on my recorder, and then I start adding them into my files. As you can see, this craft here seemed to just linger. But at this point here, you can actually see the electromagnetic charge all around it. It's just sitting there, but you know, it was giving off this charge. Didn't do a lot. Had I known it was up there, and as for many of you who have followed my videos, you know, I really can't see what I'm videotaping. There is a larger picture than this. You'll see it on the first photo when we go to the images. But had I known that was up there, of course, I would have zeroed in and took higher quality photos of this with my 35 millimeter or something else. But unfortunately, I just don't have the ability to see what I'm videotaping out there or taking pictures. Kind of odd, isn't it? At the very end, it just decides to go up and almost to the right. What they're doing, I can only guess that they're observing. How much is there to observe out here in Pahrump, Nevada? That's a question that I don't know if you can answer that for me. But there's not that much here in Nevada, at least Pahrump, Nevada, to see. But they're up there for a reason. This will be the last loop, and then we'll go to the first photo. But can you see the electromagnetism around this craft? It is there. Now, we showed you a close-up of it. This is the actual photo, how far away this was. And as you can see, it's just a dot. So if you ask, well, how are you catching these if you can't see? Something just tells me go on and videotape. I don't know how they appear in all my videos that I show you. They're just there. It's just a situation that some people can do this and maybe some can't. I don't know. I always tell people, go out and videotape, go out and take pictures, look at your end results, look at what you've captured. Don't just whiz through a photo or a video and say, well, there was nothing on there but clouds and trees. You'd be surprised what you find once you start taking videos and photos. I can't be the only one who's able to every week come on the show and show you videos and photos of UFOs. I can't be the only one. There's got to be millions of people out there that have the same ability to do this. I don't have no fancy camera. I'm using a cell phone to do all my shows. The last 2 seasons were done with a cell phone. So you tell me. If you're interested in asking me any questions, get in touch with me. UFO we want to know at gmail.com. Or if you like, you can go to YouTube and simply type in Pahrump Alien Guy, and all my shows pop up there. You can write in comments. Unfortunately, the station here, they closed the comments, so nobody has been able to get in touch with me here, but they get in touch with me at Pahrump Alien Guy. As you can see, there's electromagnetic all around this craft. That's what you see, that white area all around it. Unmistakable. Is it becoming closer and closer? This is as close as I wanted to get it for it to come up the screen. You can see there's electromagnetism in the top and the bottom of this craft. And you've seen the way it was moving. So it could be interesting for a scientist to take a look at this, knowing it's not a paper bag up in the air. This was something that was solid, it was up there, and it was moving. I'd like to hear from you. Like I said, we'll be back after this message.
Hi, I'm Joseph, the host and creator of UFO We Want to Know. Tune in every Saturday evening on KPVM Pahrump Channel 25.1 from 7 p.m. You'll see never-before-viewed videos and photos taken by myself, all over the world.
Thank you for watching. UFO We Want to Know, and remember, yes, they are out there.
Thank you for staying with us for the second segment. We've got 2 videos and 14 photos to show you. And while we're showing the first video, I'm going to be talking about the latest announcements from NASA. So let's get on with the first video. And there again, you've seen a lot of these pictures of the tip of my house on the bottom of the screen, and then you got a UFO flying over it. This is a common practice with my shows. The reason why is because I go out and I set my camera system up in this very same position all the time. So let's, you can see him flying over. There's a little white dot on the top. He just scooting right on by. A couple of announcements that NASA had just recently put out, matter of fact, just 2 days ago. Mysterious origins of the 72-second wow signal detected coming from, and there's ... So I looked at some of the information that was given, and a lot of it is kind of ridiculous, but nonetheless, it is NASA's statement, not mine. Mysterious origin of the 72-second wow signal detected coming from space 50 years ago may have been located by scientists. Now, if you take a look at what they claim that they have found, it's kind of garbled. They don't make a lot of sense when they talk about what they said they found. So all I'm going to say to that is that if they have found an answer to it, they need to be more specific, at least to people who are actually listening to what NASA is saying. They're having a hard time getting their astronauts down from the International Space Station but they can detect a signal far, far away. After this, we'll go to the first photos. And there it was at 39 seconds. Give my director, Mikey, area to look at. And it was, as you saw, a white blur going across our screen. Now this one was rather large, but it had a dark white streak going right near, not exactly down the middle, but pretty much from top to bottom of this particular UFO. You can see it better right there. If you took a pencil and drew all around this, you can actually see that this craft was kind of octagon shape in a sense. I'm talking about the center part. But that line, nonetheless, stood out for whatever reason. It's interesting how many of these UFOs can seem to dematerialize when they're actually flying in our atmosphere. This is a second series of shots. I used a different filtering system. On this filtering system that I used, this is the same object. I went to an infrared, and remember this is taken during daytime, not nighttime, and it was taken at 12:44 p.m., so just basically past that in the high noon, August 9th, 2024. And this object seemed to have different characteristics to it using infrared. Look at the, now it's going from left to right, so look at the three areas in the back. It looks like it's got some kind of texture to it. And I thought that was interesting because you didn't see that when we were in the regular filtering system, where it was just like a line straight down, but here it shows lines going the other way. So what is it? Which one is it? How does light pick up an image? And you've got one going vertical, and then you've got one going the opposite way of that. To me, it's mind-boggling, but the phenomenon itself is mind-boggling, to say for sure. I want you to look at this next video real closely, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to see for yourself, which way is this object going? It's obviously going upper right from your viewpoint. Is that correct? Upper right. And the reason why I'm stressing this is because when we show you the stop motions, you're going to say, well, Joseph, that craft was coming down. It wasn't going up. But so I want you to look at this craft and keep it in your mind which way it's going, because it can confuse you. Now, in simple terms, ufology can confuse people because there's so much negativity out there. Scientists will not agree to anything that is said, and that's a real shame, I know, but nonetheless, that's just the way things are, and you can't change NASA's mind at any point in time. It's just not going to work. They're claiming a lot of things, including, I'm talking about NASA here, about NASA said that there are spots, mysterious objects moving 1 million miles per hour through space. I was looking for information on it, and I couldn't see a lot of information about that, but what I could download was fantastic information, and that is that the rogue hyperspeed object, over 27,306 times the size of Earth, is hurtling so fast through our galaxy that it might break free of the Milky Way. Now, that right there is a fantastic example of exaggeration because they don't know. They're simply talking. And this is coming from scientists, okay? It's not coming from me. Mysterious objects, they cruise at breakneck speeds, 1 million miles per hour when they spotted it. More than 400 light years from Earth. 1 light year is equal to 6 trillion miles. Gives you an idea of what we're talking about here. We're talking about science, and then we're talking about theory, because I don't think there's really a lot of facts there. After this loop here, we'll go to the first photo. And I'll run these. So remember, this is going upper right. Upper right. Okay, so let's move in on this object, and you tell me what you're looking at. It seemed to give off some plasma charge as it was coming through the atmosphere. But take a look at the nucleus here. So you saw it going up, but this, in the human mind, human thinking, the human process, this craft, if you saw this picture and you didn't see the video, you would think that craft is coming down. Am I correct in my thinking? Because if I'm not correct in my thinking, I would like to hear from you at UFO. We want to know at gmail.com. Because in at least my brain, and my brain doesn't always work that well, this object looked like it was coming down from the photos, but it was obviously going up. So I didn't reverse that video you saw. You can get in touch with me at Pahrump Alien Guy on YouTube if you like. You've seen this. Watch it for yourself. Analyze it, and then tell me why you think I'm thinking the way I'm thinking. This object was obviously going up, not down. And these pictures were taken in stop motion as the object was going up, upper right. Confusing, isn't it? But that's all I have as far as understanding what we're looking at here. So as you're looking at this photo here, let me read a little bit more about what NASA is claiming. And by the way, on this particular video here, we slowed it down quite a bit when it was going up there. About 45%. While experts have not determined what the newfound celestial object is, of course, they speculate it is a brown dwarf, a star which is larger than a planet, but lacks the mass and sustains long-term nuclear fusion in its core like Earth's sun. Okay, so they're guessing it's maybe a brown dwarf. If the object confirmed as a brown dwarf, it would be first ever to be documented in a hyperspeed orbit, capable of breaking free from our home galaxy. A coalition of citizen scientists with NASA's Backyard Worlds Planet 9 project were the first to spot the celestial object. The U.S. Space Agency confirmed this week. Okay, that's a load there. Whether you believe half the things that NASA claims, I'm not sure if they're trying to say things that keep you happy about them spending taxpayers' dollars. As I said, they're having problems still getting these astronauts back home. I think that should be a priority, and it's fine for them to release articles of interest, but we're not getting too much information on those two astronauts that they've been trying to get down from the space station, and that could be a real tragedy there. Since we're having issues with Russia right now, the Russians aren't in any hurry to help us get the astronauts back down. But they're in no danger. You know, they can live up there. They're, I guess, concerned about having a human being up in zero gravity for a long period of time. But we would hope that NASA would create better backup systems when you're talking about human life. Remember the Challenger incident. That could have been avoided. I did a whole video on that, It's unfortunate, but lives were lost and you can't get them back. I think that it's important for all of us on this planet to learn to get along, respect each other, and move forward. It's such a shame that we have to fight amongst each other, and I don't want to get into political wars or anything. It's not worth it. Nobody wins. But that's just my take on it. But I would hope that NASA would be more concerned about other things than releasing information like this. We'll be back after this message.
Hi, I'm Joseph, the host and creator of UFO We Want to Know. Tune in every Saturday evening on KPVM Pahrump Channel 25.1 from 7 p.m. You'll see never-before-viewed videos and photos taken by myself, all over the world.
Thank you for watching. UFO, we want to know and remember, yes, they are out there.
For staying with us for the next session, we have 2 videos and 9 photos to show you. And on this first one, we had to slow it down 80%. Remember, these videos that we're taking are all taken in slow motion, and we still have to slow them down. I hope that you enjoy this one, so watch it. Now, he just shot right above that cloud there, and he's moving at a tremendous speed. Like I said, we slowed it down 80%. Can you imagine how fast is this UFO traveling? You can see it leaving entrails there. It's on this side of the cloud, so that tells me that it's in our atmosphere. How many times do I got to say that? How many times have you heard me say that? How many times have I challenged scientists to explain the fact that you can see a object, UFO, darting across the skies? That was taken here in Pahrump, Nevada, at these fantastic speeds. Now, you don't hear no boom, sonic boom. You can't hear anything. And I'm out there. I'm very conscious about the surroundings. If there's a jet going over, I can hear that. I may be half blind, but my hearing is okay. It's more than okay. So, can anybody out there please explain, to me at least, how scientists can say that these craft are not in our atmosphere, there's nothing to see? Get in touch with me at UFOWeWantToKnow@gmail.com. And if not, get in touch with me on YouTube, Pahrump Alien Guy. You can see all my videos there. My channel is pretty much secure now. I had issues with YouTube where they took off my channel 3 different times. I lost a lot of likes, a lot of subscription. I don't know if I got any of those back, at least the subscription, but a lot of likes were wasted, thousands of them, I should say. And I finally talked to YouTube about why they're taking off, and they claimed that some crazy person out there said that my context was against policy. They took a look at that, found out that it wasn't, and there was nothing wrong with it, and they've left me alone. So knock on wood, if I can find some wood, they'll leave me alone and let me do what I do best, and that is show you real UFOs that are flying in our atmosphere. And that's a dig to any of you scientists out there who are going to say that this is a dragonfly going through the atmosphere and it's very close to my optics. It was not. This was pretty far away. This is zoomed in here. So when you see the first photo, then try to say that again, that it's a gnat or a fly flying real close to my optics here. That doesn't work. All right, this isn't the 50s and 60s anymore, where you can make up and say some asinine sentence that makes you feel good, that you can go home and say, I did my job for the day. These are real UFOs, unidentified flying objects, objects that are in our atmosphere. I can't say that enough. I can't stress that enough. What Arrow is looking at right now is beyond me. If they're interested in finding out what these UFOs are, All they got to do is download my shows and then analyze them. For crying out loud, I'll give them the raw footage. They can take it right off my phone. I've got backups to the backups to the backups. And I'd be more than happy to talk to any scientist out there that's got the nerve to say, hey, there's something going on here, and we need to get to the bottom of it. After this loop here, we'll go to the first photo. But look at this. Take a look at it. It's moving very, very fast. And we slowed it down 80%. Taken August 9th at 2024 at 11:09 a.m. This is just before noon. Now you can see how far away this was. Okay? If that was a fly or a gnat, it would have to be the size of a semi-truck. Okay, so I've heard people tell me that it's also, you know, you could be taking a small bird flying real close to you. Does this look like it was real close to me? Take a look at that arrow. Look how far away this was. If I had to guess, that's got to be 20 some miles away. How big would that insect or bird have to be if it was flying next to my cell phone? This was taken with my Galaxy 23 Ultra. Remember, Galaxy 23 Ultra. My 2 seasons were taken with this cell phone. I didn't have a high resolution camera. I don't need a high resolution camera. I have them. But I can't capture UFOs the way I capture them with this cell phone. You seen the entrails? Now this is a close-up of it. You'll notice that you have a lighter blue all around it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is most likely a plasma charge or giving off some kind of plasma. You notice that in my shows I've been saying they don't touch our atmosphere, but take a look at this. Look at all that white area around it, and then you got a solid, a lighter blue all around the craft. That's in the center is density. Again, they're saying that is density in the center and that it is cold in the center. Sometimes the scientists will say it's giving off heat and then the outside is giving off cold air. They're confused. Then they say that the object is giving off heat and the outside is giving off even colder air. So they're confused, and whenever they see these objects, and they don't really know. But now they're using infrared technology, and the forward infrared captures a lot of different light spectrums. And I can tell you that this craft here, this particular shape, if you look at just the dark area, I've captured this craft many, many times before. Maybe not this craft, but the same looking craft. I've caught this over and over again. It seems to be numerous around at least Pahrump, Nevada. If you've seen this shape, let me know at UFOWeWantToKnow@gmail.com, or get in touch with me on the internet through YouTube, Pahrump Alien Guy. I'll be more than happy to share videos with you, share photos with you, and vice versa. That's the closest I can get of it without losing too much. But nonetheless, does this craft look familiar to you? Is there people out there who've actually seen a craft similar to this? If you notice, it reminds you of a little bit of a cupcake, and then it's got like a little peak on the top in the center. That could be a viewing port for all we know. Remember, my phone has 200 pixels, which is pretty good for a cell phone. And I'm not getting a solid mass, but nonetheless, there is an object. It was flying through our atmosphere. You saw it for yourself, and that's the end of the results for that. Let's go to the last video of this session. And of course, there is the 400-foot tower here over the station that I tape my shows on through. And as you can see, this craft here was flying over the tower again. Remember a couple weeks ago, somebody asked me, well, it could be a drone. That tower is 400 feet. The maximum height you can fly a drone is 400 feet. This is clearly higher than 400 feet. So with that, all I can say is I don't believe this was a drone. This was a UFO. It was flying over this studio. You've seen me capture many of them as it's leaving the screen on your right here. We'll loop this a couple more times so you can see it, and then I'll show you the stop motions on it. But isn't that interesting how I can get these videos every week? If you know anybody else who gets videos like this, share this video or share this this show with them. You can have them contact us at UFOWeWantToKnow@gmail.com, and if you could give me a liking, give me that like, hit that like button and subscribe. You can go to YouTube, Pahrump Alien Guy. You can also contact me there. I would like to hear from you and see what your thoughts are. After this loop here, we'll go into the first photo. And there's where I stop motioned it so Mikey could see where it was at, my director. And to give you an idea of what this craft looked like, I stopped it right there because it seemed to be in a dark area. I don't know if you can actually see it where the arrow is at. There's a little dark blue in that area. So the UFO, it gave me a pretty good feeling of that it was going to come out in more of a sharper image. Unfortunately, this UFO was giving off a lot of electromagnetic charge, and when I started to zero in on it, I noticed that even though through my optics it looked like it was going to be one solid, sharp, white object, it didn't materialize that way. So I had to work at it. Now I didn't want to keep playing with it. I could have let it go all the way to the right into that darker area to the right of the antenna, and I could have probably got even better shots. But I think that when I first looked at this video, before it hit this particular area, it was on the left side. I stopped motioning there and I got the same result. So I didn't want to spend too much time. So as you can see, it's giving off what looks like plasma up in the top to the right and to the bottom of it. A little bit to the left, not so much. And as I said in the past, you could fly a brick with the technology that these beings are flying in these craft. And I can tell you that whatever technology they're using, we can only wish that we had that type of technology to fly craft in. Again, as I said before, please get in touch with me at UFOWeWantToKnow@gmail.com or through YouTube, Pahrump Alien Guy. I'd like to hear from you. I appreciate the youngsters who contacted me and want to know a little bit more about electromagnetism, and I hope they're very successful in their endeavor. Please stay with us for this last segment.
Hi, I'm Joseph, the host and creator of UFO We Want to Know. Tune in every Saturday evening on KPVM Pahrump Channel 25.1 from 7 p.m. You'll see never-before-viewed videos and photos taken by myself, all over the world.
Thank you for watching. UFO We Want to Know, and remember, yes, they are out there.
And thank you for staying with us for the last session. We got 2 videos and 15 photos to show you. So let's get on with the first video. This one's flying quite low. I got 2 videos, the last 2 videos of the show here, pretty similar, but they're different, taken at different times. This one here was taken at 12:03 p.m. And ladies and gentlemen, there was quite a few of these flying by. I have 5 videos. I'm only showing you 2. This one here was quite low. The one you're going to see after this one was flying higher in the air, and you'll see that. This was taken on August 4th, 2024, and of course this is looking east. That's my tree line there that you're looking at the bottom, and I'm looking towards Las Vegas, Nevada. This particular UFO was leaving off a lot of plasma charge, and after this one here, we'll go ahead and go to the first photo. It was leaving off a lot of chemtrails also. We slowed this one down 80%. 80% of slow motion. If you don't slow them down, you'll see a streak, and you don't get as much out of it if you slow it down. It's just something we have to do. There's where I stop motioned it. Take a look at that. Look how far away this is. This isn't real close up. This is pretty far away. Now my tree line, I have an acre here, and I can honestly say that that object was probably maybe 2-3 miles away from me. If I had to guess, you can see that's my garage to the lower left, and I was nearly out in the street. I got a rather large driveway. As I said, you can make a U-turn with a trailer if you come onto my property. But take a look at this object. It was definitely in our atmosphere. You can't say that one way or the other. You know, for scientists to claim that there's no proof that they're in our atmosphere, this is proof positive right here. Close up of it. I told you that it was giving off some kind of a plasma charge, leaving behind it. Take a look at that. This is how fast it was going to leave off plasma charge behind it that much. You can see it was surrounded by electromagnetic charge or anti-gravity, whichever it may have been. You can see the density of the craft itself. This was a solid mass. And why it looks like this, it kind of looks like a balloon, but it wasn't going up. It was going sideways. But nonetheless, this craft, you saw it for yourself. You saw it flying through the atmosphere. I don't know how else you can say it. Let's go to the next video. And this will be the last video of the show. Taken August 4th again. And this one also was taken at 12:03 p.m. Now remember, when I take videos, I'm only taking it for 10 seconds. 10 seconds gives me 53 seconds on video. So had I kept videotaping it, it would have left the screen. There would have been nothing there unless another UFO was next to it. You can see that there's no tree line here, so this was really high up there. But on this side of the clouds, right? It's on this side of the clouds. Can we all agree with that? Can NASA scientists please agree with that? They may not agree how far away it is or how fast it's traveling, but they can agree that it is in our atmosphere. This one, like the one previous, was slowed down 80% of slow motion. That's 80% of slow motion. Now you tell me what this possibly could be. It can't be a blackbird. They don't fly that fast. It can't be a hawk because they don't fly vertically like this. They'll either swoop down or you just can't see them. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a UFO, unidentified flying object. Make no mistake about it. Forget about what NASA scientists are saying, what Aero's saying. That's all a bunch of baloney. They're spending taxpayers' dollars on nothing. There's going to be another blue book as far as I'm concerned. And I think that the American public should tell their representatives to have Congress stop telling us things that are untrue. Start showing transparency to the American taxpayers, the American people. We want to know. Just like here at UFO, we want to know at gmail.com. We want to know. Look at that. we'll show that one more time, and then we'll go to the videos. And this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this was the iconic UFO, and when we go to the photos, you'll see what I'm talking about. This looked like your typical flying saucer. This is what people say they saw when they say they saw a flying saucer. When you see the stop motion pictures after this loop here, you'll see what I'm talking about. So look at it streak across the sky in our atmosphere. And then we'll go to the photos and I'll show you what I mean. Look how far away that was. That's my house down there in the bottom. There's the craft. Now as we zero in on it, you're going to see it change into a UFO. That's the iconic UFO. This is the close-up, as far as I can get right. That's as close as you're going to get. I couldn't make it any bigger than that, but take a look at it. You got plasma field all around it, possibly anti-gravity charge, but that is your UFO. The ones you've been hearing about for years and years. No mistake about it. I am going to more powerful imaging software that I just got, and I'm going to show you an example of that here. This was taken with a microscope, and it is of this UFO. And I wanted you to see what's coming in the future for my videos. I'm going to be taking a lot more of these videos and using my microscope to get better optics of it. And these are, I'm just showing you different views of it, but it kept that kind of flying saucer shape, didn't it? And when I was taking stop motions of it through the microscope, and then I did this. I put them all together so you can actually see what we're talking about here, which I thought was quite interesting because of the fact that these UFOs that we're seeing traversing our atmosphere are just all over the place. And I hope that I've shown you evidence that we are being visited. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's sad to say, and my director Mikey said, well, you're going to start crying. Well, I don't cry easily here, but to those who have been following me from the beginning of these 2 seasons, I thank you and appreciate your questions and encouragement. Do you feel any tickling there? Since 1984 to the present dates, I've always tried to express myself in the most professional manner. Although my time here on Channel 25.1 has ended, I hope you continue supporting this station and its employees. If interested, you can find me every day on YouTube by simply typing in through their browser, Pahrump Alien Guy. Goodbye, and remember, yes, they are out there. And I want to do a special thanks here to Mikey. You know, I've worked with a lot of people before, and I've had a lot of people criticize me, a lot of people give me encouragement, but I can tell you that Mikey has gone beyond my expectations anyway, that a technical director should be. I've worked with other technical directors, and they don't give me the feeling of interest, that when they see something, they simply can't believe what they're seeing. A lot of them have told me that, well, if you're half blind, how do you catch these? And when I try to explain to them that I don't see them, they're just there. I could be sitting in my chair, I can be very comfortable, and all of a sudden something tells me, hey, go out and videotape. There's something out there. I can even give you testimony on people where I've said, there are UFOs out there right now. And then I'll start videotaping, and lo and behold, I get UFOs in those videos. I have proof, and I can get testimony on that. Why that happens is beyond me. It's confusing. for many, many reasons, and that is because I can't see, but yet I focus on a certain area with my phone, and I start videotaping in slow motion or super slow motion, and I can get this many craft. How can you explain that to me? Can scientists explain that to me? There's been mystics that have told me, I can explain it to you in simple terms, and that is that you're in touch with these beings. You have a certain feeling that they are with you at any given time. Now, I don't ask for something for myself when I meditate. When I'm going out and I'm going to videotape, I do ask, using meditation, please show me a craft. Please let me see that you're there. I don't ask for any material things for myself, but other than let me capture a craft. And remember, I don't make any money off my videos. I am a 100% disabled Army veteran. I have issues. I have a lot of PTSD. And this seems to calm my nerves. This gives me something to live for, something to work at. And it's been my privilege for the last 2 seasons to bring these to you. And I hope that I've given you some enlightenment on the UFO phenomenon. It's not every day that you come across people that are willing to put their name out there and their image out there and say, I saw a UFO. I've seen thousands of them, and I've got the database to prove it. I hope that you take care and keep in touch with me. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Joseph.
Hi, I'm Joseph, the host and creator of UFO We Want to Know. Tune in every Saturday evening on KPVM Pahrump Channel 25.1 from 7 p.m. You'll see never-before-viewed videos and photos taken by myself, all over the world.
Thank you for watching. UFO, we want to know and remember, yes, they are out there.